Hey guys, welcome to No Man Effect. I am Benny. The hurricane has passed us. It's missed us again. We've been super lucky this season. I've never seen a hurricane, but apparently they're pretty hectic when it comes to having hurricanes in Miami. And up to this point, we haven't seen one this summer. So we've been really lucky, and we've missed 2 weeks because of the rain. But we're back out and it's beautiful and I'm ready to get going. Today we're going to try and fit the barn doors. Soph and I went to, it's unlocked. Soph and I went to the Home Depot last night. The Home Depot. Soph and I went to the Home Depot, no affiliation at all, to get some nuts. And we're going to try and fit our barn doors onto the car. It's probably going to be a mess and I have no idea what I'm doing, but let's get it happening. These are the nuts and bolts that we went and picked up last night from Home Depot. You always underestimate how long a Home Depot run's going to be when you go in there looking for something in particular. Because our car didn't come with the barn doors, we have to drill fresh holes and mount up the existing hinges where they should be on the car. We just thought that given the fact that the original hinges already have 8mm bolts, we'd match that with what we're doing for the car on the other side of the car. And it actually looks like, if you look at the mounting holes, it looks like they probably used an M8 or an M10 even bolt, but I'm pretty sure it'll be strong enough on the car. When you go to Home Depot, you have to buy everything separately, so like it doesn't work out too expensive because it's like this is $1.95, this is 95 cents, whatever. But it's just a matter of making sure that you have enough of everything to make sure that you can get started on the car. So I just bolted the hinges back onto the doors. Some of the hinges are a little bit looser than others, so I'm gonna have to work out whether the pins in the hinges are bent later on. We're trying to decide whether we should take the pin hinges out and find new gaskets for them and actually paint those hinges, because we're definitely going to be painting these doors a completely different color. So that's something we have to think about down the road. I'm not sure what the logistics are of painting a hinge while it's still together and it not like jamming up with paint. I've never painted a hinge before. But what I'll do is I'm going to start with the harder door first, which is actually this one. The door on the right hand side has a lock, has a handle that actually just connects to the door on the left hand side. The door on the left hand side has to lock in and hit a striker plate here and a striker plate that mounts to this flat piece here. So, and there's also an anti-rattle device that should mount here, but I'm pretty sure we can steal off a 70 Land Cruiser. You can see here there's two little marks that are made from the factory when the body of the car is obviously riveted together or welded together or whatever 30 years ago. And you can see back here behind it, actually, when you take off the brake light, there's actually two little holes here in the reinforcement that sits on the back. The reinforcement though bends out and over, and I can't see where this third hole would be. I don't know why this is here, but I'm really glad it is. There's actually a little access panel here. Excuse all the crap. So I'm going to undo this access panel and hopefully I can put my finger in and feel where that third hole needs to be. If I can't, then I'll come up with another plan, but right now that's what I'm going to try and do. Voila. The whole idea is that I reach down in here, and yes, I can feel the third hole.
Really?
Yeah. Team huddle.
You okay?
So the plan is now that Sophia's going to hold the back of the door, so she's probably going to be just out of frame unless I turn the camera a little bit. Actually, we can just turn the camera a little bit, right? Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Okay, so hopefully Sophia won't be out of frame now. So she's going to hold the door in this position here, but she'll look a lot prettier than me. Okay? And then, so she's going to try and line these two dots up that you can see down here. I don't know whether you can see those dots. If I zoom in, can you see those dots? Yeah, you can. So there's two dots, two little blue dots just here. And my thought is, because they're the only real reference I have for where this door should sit. So if I can line those two little blue dots up, it should give me the spacing to work out what hole that one is. And we should be able to, working from the bottom and lining the door up with all the like little accents on the car, we should be able to then work out where all the rest of the holes go. And then I can drill the holes, I can bolt it up, and we can start looking at where everything else is going to sit, like striker plates, and which holes I can fill so that we can get this car painted. So, yeah, that's my plan. It probably isn't going to go the way that I said it, but it's what I'm attempting to do, and you will probably see either sped up footage or us arguing with each other right now, trying to hold a door while I mark some holes. Let's get this going. Alright, so I'm going to move it around. You guys with us? We haven't started arguing yet. I have lost my pen though. I don't know, here we go. So it goes like right in there. Wow, this is like not really what I'd imagined here. I'm like doubting these holes, honestly. I think they're wrong.
So like they may or may not be the holes that were original for that.
So
right?
I think they definitely are, but I think these. So okay. Is everyone listening to this? So I thought that this and this were the marks for where the holes were drilled. They're actually weld marks. So on the back side of here, this protecting plate that I was talking about before is actually welded together, and all of these are actually just weld marks. They're not actually like any marks for holes. But I do have on the back some, Sophia's dying behind me. I do have some on the back, some holes. So I definitely think these are the right holes on the back here. Maybe I can should I take the camera up and show you guys this? Okay, bear with me, you're about to see a lot of chest. See my chest. Put my pectorals to that test. Alright, so just gonna zoom in here. Okay, so it's in focus, I think. No, it's not.
Might be too close.
Now it is. Okay, there's two holes. There's one there and one there in the back of this plate. And then on the other side of here, which I just accessed through that little panel, there's actually another hole like that. And I'm almost absolutely 100% positive that they are the right ones. So I'm going to try and mark it from the back here to then be able to drill forward. So I might try and get like a punch in there or something like that and try and punch an indent to then work out how I can drill through the back of this. Okay, flipping you back around again. Yeah, I was way off. Swanson. Okay, so boom, right? So now we're there and there. Where's my pen? You. Look. All right. Ready to lift, Sophia?
Right.
Okay. This makes a lot more sense. Right. Okay. We're good. I'm gonna drill some holes right here and here. Put that down now.
I can.
This is why you double check everything and you put things in place to try and work out. So that actually there is not a mark, it's a weld. So if I put my hands up in here, are there marks though where this door would go? I'm gonna go with no. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's all reinforced in there, so it's ready to go. It's just... I'm trying to show you guys this, it's just hard. So. This was a lot of messing about. We're not sure, because ours is a 1988. The car that these doors came off is about I think a 1981 or a 1982, and it came off a diesel from Australia. So we're not sure if the back or if anything in the shell actually changed in that time. It kind of looks like, to me, that maybe this part up here is a little bit different because we've got a serious gap up here. It's not such a big deal because there's going to be, I'm going to build a striker plate here, and we're going to have a seal that kind of runs around everything. So with any luck, it'll be watertight. It is at the moment swinging in and out. The hinges are really bad. So one thing that this has made me decide is that we are definitely going to be taking apart the hinges and rebuilding them. And then we'll probably just like paint them and everything like that while we got them off. But at the moment we have the left-hand side door on. So normally this door there'd be a striker plate down here and this would go shoot, right? And that would actually lock in there like that. And then the second door actually locks to this door. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to find out whether we did a very good job at this when we start trying to put this door on. And the way we did this, if you want to bring this around here, Soph, is we've actually, because we've got the tail light off, I can access in here, and we've actually drilled a little panel here because I couldn't get the spanner in the back of here. And then I've only got 2 bolts into this one right here because the third one is just, at the moment, it's a little bit out of my reach. There is a chance I could get to it with a long spanner. If I found like a long 13-inch spanner and somehow was like a contortionist with my fingers, I could probably get it in there. So we can definitely try. I definitely wouldn't want to do it without 3 bolts. The other option is that I might, just for safety's sake, just to get a bolt in there, I might try and use some stainless steel riv nuts or a riv nut just to get it in there. Problem with a riv nut is that they stick out from the surface of the metal a tiny bit. So I don't want to change the angle of this hinge if I can help it, but it might not matter. So I might try and put a riv nut into the 3rd hole there and see how that goes. But we're pretty happy right now. Like if you come here, I'll just let Soph take my spot. And if I hold this door shut, just come around here and take my spot there. So you can see these lines are matching up. They look pretty good. The line here matches up. The line down the bottom here matches up. The door's actually straight. Like if I put something level on our bumper, we got a pretty even gap all the way through. So we've fluked it a little bit, but it looks like we've actually done a pretty good job. And once the hinges are freed up a little bit and the seals are on, it'll be hunky-dory. All right. We're going to try and get this next one on. We aren't filming certain bits just because we don't have a clue what we're doing. So I'm trying to get this on, and I'm trying to keep you guys updated, but it's just there's little bits that we aren't recording just because I'm a little bit out of my depths here. So we'll make this as much of an informative and interesting video as you possibly can. I'm out. Hey guys, new day, new me, everything about it. We have the second door on. It looks so cool, so cool. So new day, I've done a ton of research, jumped on my laptop. It's blowing like crazy out here, so I'm sorry if there's wind over my voice. But I did a ton of research, and I was basically wrong yesterday when I was talking to you about maybe why there's a bit more of a gap up here than there should be. The actual reason is that I think that all our hinges are kind of sagging. So this door locks in, the right-hand door locks in the left-hand door, and there's going to be a little like clicker here that I'm making that's going to open up this door, so it'll actually lock. We've got like anti-rattle devices and stuff like that we've ordered. There was a few things that I found. I found a diagram, which I'll put up on screen now, and that diagram kind of explains that I got a bird talking over me now too. Explains that it's cool. We've named this bird. This is Gail. She's up there. Oh, she's just flown away. We called her Gail because she sits up there when it's really windy. Okay, so when I found the diagram, I was clicking on everything, and I realized that all four of the hinges have different part numbers, which means that top right, top left, bottom right, and bottom left are all essentially different hinges. And I didn't know that when I was putting this together. So I've just slapped on whatever hinge I saw after I took it all apart, and I didn't label them, and I didn't do anything like that, which I probably should have. So the reason that these doors are probably not sitting right is a combination of all of these pins being a little bit out, which you maybe see that. So all the pins are just a little bit out. They're a little bit old and sagged, and also the fact that they're probably around the wrong way. So my job now today is to take all the doors off, or both doors off, and take the hinges off, double check if I can actually see any part numbers on them, and if I can, switch them around and then place it back on the car and see if that fixes it. But in the meantime, we need to find pins and bushings that go in between for these hinges, and they're impossible to find. Like, we've already looked everywhere. We've got somebody in the Netherlands we've been speaking to, they've been getting parts off, and yeah, nothing. So if anyone knows where I can get hinges and bushings, or if anyone knows of like a generic Dorman part or something like that I can get hinges and bushings for the back of this car, please let me know. I definitely won't have sorted it by the time this video comes out, because it will be live tomorrow. Catch you guys. Check out what I'm doing, and I will update you as I go. But how cool does it look? 2 doors. Boom. Boom. And they're all on their own hinges. Everything's working. So it looks so good. Like, it looks so good. Like the difference even between like the beaten up old doors that we used to have, which are actually sitting under our car right now, and these are just like a huge difference. I'm gonna just show you guys what this looks like. And this is the gapping that I need to fix. If you see there, like, my OCD is never going to live with that, so I have to fix it. So pretty funny. Say hello.
Pretty embarrassing.
Okay, embarrassing or funny, I don't know which one you call it. We just took off the right-hand side door, and there's this little, I'm going to show you here, see if I can get real tied in on this baby. It says LL on the, hang on, it's going to focus it on there. Go. It says LL on the hinge, and that doesn't stand for LL Cool J. That says LL as in lower left, because on the bottom one it says LU. And when we take the other door out, I'm going to guess that it says RL and RU. So we at least put both of the left side ones on the same door. They're just upside down. So we put the left ones on the right door upside down, and I have no idea whether we put the right ones on the left door upside down or around the right way, but it doesn't really matter. because they're on the wrong door. So we're going to switch these around, put them on the right door, and put these back on the car and see if that fixes the angle of the doors that are hanging. And that may mean that we don't have to do as much work as we thought we were going to have to do, which could be really good. So pretty embarrassing, pretty funny. Soph says hi.
Hi.
Back with you in a second.
We took off the second door and we did the same thing on the other side. So this is right lower on the left upper, and this is the right upper on the left lower for geniuses. So hopefully we're gonna put these in the right place and get them back on and see if it makes any difference in how these doors are sagging. Ben's bringing out the big guns this time.
I'm just lazy. This drill has this drill has built the whole of this car and our previous car. And you can see that it's well loved or used or whatever you want to call it, but whatever. Okay. Let's actually put these around the right way this time. So right lower and right upper. Left upper. So this is around the wrong way though.
No, this is the loud side of the door, and the door is going to go that way.
Around the wrong way though. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, the hinges. One day we'll get this right.
All right, one door down. Okay, so it's this one we've got pretty much on. There were some welded nuts on the inside of here that were actually stopping me from doing these bolts up properly, which was like not giving me a good read on how the door was going to sit. To me, I'm not going to know for sure right now, but it still looks to me like, oh God, someone's dialing God. Still looks to me like there's a little bit of too much of a gap at this end, so it feels like the door could be sagging a bit. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do with that. But at the moment, it's kind of swinging out and like shutting really well. So I don't know whether these are just the better side of the hinges or what, but we're going to jump in and we're going to get the second one on. I might be able to put the camera down just over there and we'll maybe do a time lapse of this because I'm sure you guys need a boring time lapse, but we'll do it and just kind of show you how long it takes to get one of these doors on. This whole process is not like quick. It's like, is it in the right spot? Have we missed a bit? Is it tightened up enough? Is it something stopping it? Am I annoying Sophia? It's like one of those things. So it's like, I'll plug you in over here and we'll see how it goes. How does that look? Looks pretty good. You got a bit of foliage in the front and you can definitely see what I'm doing here. You can definitely see the prettier one of the two of us. Yes, you can see her. She's not for sale. Okay. And cut. Update. So we're chasing the dark, but what you can see right here is that they both go back and the center gap's okay, but there's probably about a 2mm drop on the back left-hand door. I don't know what that is in inches, otherwise I'd give you an inch thing, but it's like a little tiny bit. Like I can actually lift the door that tiny little bit of distance. So what I'm going to try doing is I'm just going to put a piece of metal behind this bottom hinge and see if it raises that door up. If it works, then I'll go through and I'll actually cut a plate to use as a shim for that bottom hinge. I think that because we crashed the car back in New York, this is sort of damaged and it's actually pushing this door up into the right where it's supposed to be. But at the moment, both doors are swinging quite nicely and they seem to be in the right spot. It's probably because we put the hinges around the right way this time, which is fantastic. So let's just take that left-hand door off. And again, I'll try and like do a little time lapse of us jamming the shim in there. And we're not going to take the door completely off. We're just going to jam it in. So we'll just do that right now, and I'll come back to you, I promise. And then that might be it for today, because I don't think we're going to get much more of this slide out here, and we've got to deliver a video to you guys tomorrow. So let's do it. The shim coming on now. I got 12 seconds. So, we got them on. The heavens are about to open up on us. And that's all it is today. Please like, subscribe, do whatever you like. And we love you. And